start.
We live in a world where language and communication have become politically correct. We say bullshit. This is In the Trenches. We talk about what we want, how we want. Real and raw. From the military to veterans, society, spiritual, government, education, and everything in between, we're having real discussions about it all. Let's do this. This is In the Trenches. And now your host, Joss Young.
Hey, welcome to another episode of In the Trenches. This is You Know Who, and you know where you are located. I am the one and only, the J, the A, double S-I-E-M, Jasim. And today, guess what? We will be talking about what is hot on the news today to get the feedback on South Korea. It is chaos. But not only that, we also going to hear about this recent assassination that I call it against the CEO of the United Health. Can you really believe this? So, of course, as always, I have my co-host, the one and only Dr. Baker. And I also have the one and only Chris. And this is going to be, hey, people, this is going to be one of the shortest discussions today because if you don't know, it's cold as a polar bear with icicles on my nipples down here in Texas right about now. So hey, we're gonna make this pretty short because we trying to stay warm down here. We ain't used to this cold. so how y'all doing?
I'm great. You don't have to cover up for me. Just tell people I've been under the weather. Old people get sick. Well, I ain't been feeling my greatest. Now, look.
Old is a state of mind.
Don't go writing no obituary.
Not a state of mind.
I just ain't feeling well. I've been coughing and I've been eating these cough drops. So I said I got a very important event tomorrow. I want to preserve my throat.
Okay.
And it's so good to see you, Chris. Man, I check. You don't think I see what you're doing on Instagram? You're the baddest. It is. You're the GOAT of poetry.
Yeah, I have to admit that, the boy got a little skill. Little Thundercat got a little skill,
Little something, little something.
Now, he need to give me one of them women he be out there with.
Really? That's what we do.
I'm going to mess your game up.
Try. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
Let you go and come over yonder.
Over yonder. Coming over yonder.
Well,
bro, I was getting on the podcast and she gonna call me that. What kind of stuff is that?
See, you're live.
Yeah, she just checking in on you. Well, hey man, have y'all seen the news in regards to South Korea president that went on and did the martial law?
Wait, he actually pushed that forward? Like I've been trying to.
He actually did a martial law. And so what happened is he did it late at night.
When everybody was sleeping. Okay.
And then turned around and activated the military and the police.
Shit.
To block the National Assembly. And the only way they can overturn the martial law is the National Assembly, the parliaments. What they do is they have to vote. So by him putting the military surrounding the National Assembly to block them from coming in, and it was about, I think they said 190 of them was able to sneak in and be able to vote to get it overturned. So it was 190-0, while the other parliaments that was elected wasn't able to get in to vote because he was trying to block them. And his reasoning for that was because he was saying there are pro North Korean that are basically in the politics or the parliament that's for them and things of that nature. Once that ended up happening, they voted to dissolve the martial law. Then he goes back and backpedal in his decision and say, "Oh, it's just it's gone." And all of this happened within 6 hours.
Oh, he wasn't playing around. He was moving quick.
Yeah, all of this from him putting it in, and then the decision and the vote, and then they dismantled the martial law that was in effect. All this happened in 6 hours. And what tripped me out in this situation, the United States said they had no warning that this was going to happen by the president who's going to do this. So I
at nighttime when everybody was asleep.
So my thing is, what y'all think?
And foreign nations are getting sick and tired of having to act as though America is subservient to everybody. Before you go take a piss, you need to call up the United Nations and say, "Hey, I'm about to go pee," and boo boo may be second there. Sick of that. At the end of the day, you have to realize that decisions like this doesn't happen instant. It's been something that they've been thinking about because of the regime. Don't think it's strange, people. I believe the place we reside, we may wake up tomorrow with such a liberal, corrupt media. I mean, when you talk about the media and how they do coverage, CNN and ABC, these goons, they have a way of promoting what is popular. Now, I don't believe, without a doubt, that this came without giving it some thought. And there's a reason. We know when you declare martial law, there's a reason behind it. Because there will be a civil unrest. You're talking 50+ million people.
And it was a lot protesting and ignored that martial law that same night that he put that law into effect.
So I will say it like this. This is a test of the waters.
I believe that too.
Listen, people. Wake up. You that have American bleeding through your veins. The time is coming. And it's at the front door. They standing there. They just had to knock. That the United States should declare martial law.
And that's what I was thinking too.
And because we got a lot of medically unstable people in our country as America, don't think it's strange.
Well, let me ask y'all this. And well, before I do, Chris, go ahead. What you got to say? Because I have something else that went deeper than that I was doing some reading and researching.
The thought that's going through my mind is like, is this going to be like a domino effect for like the longest, like kind of feeding back on what you're saying earlier. It's like the United States like treat itself as like, before you make a move, you got to get our permission. We are like the ultimate democracy, and everybody else should follow and much more because we set the standard. And I think this is another reality check that other countries do not have to follow exactly or believe in the things that we want to when it comes to political movements, especially like this in martial law. And so when we brought up martial law, it kind of makes me think, because we had a lot of different civil unrest in our own kind of country back from civil rights and much more. I mean, this whole country was formed under that, and every once in a while you had whispers and back and forth of like, especially people in politics or even who like to talk and debate about like, was there going to be a time period where we have martial law, like when let's say citizens get so unrest or so tired of not having their voices heard and much more that we have to actually have military forces and much more to control or keep society at a stable condition. And I'm just curious, like, how this is going to move forward after this, because for the longest, this has been rumored, especially by conspiracy theorists and much more. So, what's going to happen next?
And the reason why I agree with both of you guys is knocking at the door is because let's look at the DOD directive 5240.01. Conspiracy. Some say that it has it in there regarding the DOD can use the military lethal force against the American citizens, and and this was passed during the Biden administration. Some say it was put in there so that way during this election, if there was a civil unrest, then they can pull in the military for that. Then some also say on the other side, it is not what it appears to be because there's other layers to prevent something in that nature. So there's two different groups that look at that Department of Defense Directive 5240.01 regarding that. But at the same time, as far as the martial law, I feel deeply about what Baker was saying, that it is knocking at the door because the United States has become even further divided, even more so. But when we look at South Korea, when the president did what he did, what ended up happening is that their money, their currency, the won, become devalued. It dropped just that drastic within that 6 hours. So my question is, United States dollar is kind of dropping. Do you think that may happen here if they declare martial law? Because right now we still have Russia saying that they're not going to stop helping Africa to build up the BRICS currency system, which will be valued more than the US dollar.
I had
So
to pull it. I had to pull this up so I can bring this up, and then I'm answering on that. So we were saying like martial law is knocking on the doorstep. So like, let's not forget, not too long ago, especially during COVID, we had everything how everybody was marching. I mean, the streets with George Floyd, with "I Can't Breathe" and much more. And that was like one of the crucial times when I thought we were about to be seriously close. Like, I never thought I would say in my time of living and seeing people get that so aggravated that it became like a whole movement throughout the entire country, and not just in the United States. It was kind of spreading to other countries as well because they were seeing what things were going on. And when it comes to like with your question where you're talking about, will the American dollar, I guess you would say, you just mentioned increase after everything is going to
it's decreasing
decreasing.
right now.
I feel like, honestly, and this is my opinion. I feel like it may continue to decrease because, especially like with how we are traded with so many different countries,
Mm-hmm.
and how we especially trust them, especially when we come to different resources and materials.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make it seem like, oh, we don't need you to depend on certain things. And everybody has their own form of currency. The higher
Mm-hmm.
your economy is, the stronger your value of that. The more supplies you have, the more demand in different countries. Of course, your economy is going to rise. But I think when people, when different countries start realizing, like, we can do this without you, or we don't have to follow by your bylaws much more, they're going to be like, there's no need for it. Demand's
Mm-hmm.
going to pretty much drop, and then the response for that is the American dollar will drop drop as well, follow behind that, because it's like it's a response. It's like a cause and effect when it comes down to that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my thought of how it may go down.
Okay. You got anything, Baker?
No, I think if this conversation will carry on at the normal length of time that we would have, it would become extremely problematic because she ain't what she used to be.
Talking about America.
That's true.
Okay? And the problem is that she is no threat to no one.
She is not.
And not only that, no one fears her.
Mm-hmm.
America
So
is
don't.
still the great whore on parade. We kill more babies than most countries.
Mm-hmm. We
We
imprison more people.
endorse illicit behavior than more
Mm-hmm.
countries.
Mm-hmm.
Other countries don't put up with that.
And we sit back and we love the pleasure of seeing more than God.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime you get away from loving God, respecting spiritual articles, then the value that America used to be is no longer. No one fears America.
I
We
concur.
have diminished and deleted our military power,
Mm-hmm.
our military respect,
Yeah.
our military
They laughing at our
restructure.
military right now.
We have
Yep.
opened our borders to let come in disease, fentanyl, dope, and illegal immigrants. I'm not going to call them undocumented because they got a lot of documents. They got all kind of paperwork on them. We just don't know where it comes from.
That part right there.
So quit calling them undocumented. They got some documents
Mhm.
because I believe America makes the documents for them.
It's a whole nother thing by itself.
And to bring them across this border. And crossing this border nowadays, people, and this is not deviating, is you got the cartel that lives amongst us.
Yep.
We got the cartel in politics.
Mm-hmm.
We got the cartel running the show
Mm-hmm.
in D.C. And you think your vote counts.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It just go on record. But these deliciously loving, money-loving politicians will sell your soul for anything. You need to learn to read and research. Read and research. I ain't gonna say like and share tonight. I'm gonna say read and research.
Read and research.
Because all your politicians, from Democrat to Republican to Independent to the Green Party to no information, it all boils down to the money.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't nothing but a dollar bill to them.
That's true.
Now, I want to ask
In
something.
America, you're a dollar bill that is losing its value.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask something that I know, Beck, you will. Nobody gives a damn about this American horror no more. It's been used, washed up. They tired of hearing the same old thing over and over again. I use it as a metaphor on purpose so people can get it, because they're tired of the same old saying. They're tired of hearing American pride and strong, and other countries are finding out that they can do and move things on its own, and like they never believed in before. And they're laughing at how we're moving. Like we claim to be this powerful country, but yet we can't even get our own shit together. There's only so much you can keep fronting until people start catching on what's really going on.
Listen,
I agree. Well, let me ask you this question. When this situation happened in South Korea, and I was watching one of the guys that was speaking on YouTube, and he was bringing out the facts, and me looking into it, it's like there's a shift in the direction that the wind is blowing. And what I mean, the shift in the way the wind is blowing is that more people are not going in the direction of the democracy because they are tied and then they're let down. And one of the examples that the individual had given was Germany, Japan, and other countries where the democracy, or the liberals, as what we call it here, were trying to change the rules.
Well, you need to rephrase that.
Rephrase
South Korea, is it South Korea who declared martial law?
Yeah.
The president, yeah.
Well, that is a liberal party.
Right. And so
it is twin sisters.
Well, with
hold on, it's twin. Now I ain't got much voice to fight with you tonight, Mr. We gotta end this broadcast because I gotta preserve it. It is twin sisters to the Democrat Party here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And we get mixed up, and we are so naive and such a vulnerable country.
Mm-hmm.
And all throughout, these politicians have learned the art of manipulation and wag the dog. At the same time, you got South Korea declaring martial law. And here's a country with all the medical technology known unto mankind, who technically have literally, if you hold Pfizer, these big medical companies' feet to the fire, have eradicated AIDS. Hello, why y'all so quiet in this church? I almost use another word to describe y'all. Y'all ninjas acting like y'all don't understand what I'm saying, and I'm gonna get mad. Y'all trying to be conservative and smooth, and here I am under the weather, and I'm gonna tell the truth whether you like it or not.
They ain't never changed.
I'm sick of America trying to fake the funk.
Oh.
And here we are. We won't hold Pfizer, Moderna, and all other these pharmaceutical companies feet to the fire to get rid of stuff. They spending all this money, but yet still we keep disease known unto black people to eradicate us.
That is exactly
when the
true.
AIDS game didn't play well with them, and all of a sudden, what they still doing here in the U.S., we don't even talk about AIDS. But over in Africa, they still talk about it. See, you got to follow the dominant culture, money. Follow the money, people.
That is true.
And
Always
you're no
follow.
more than a whiner. You're no more than a complainer. And that's all you were to America. 14% of the population, and you don't mean a damn thing to this country. You couldn't get this lady in. I'm getting ragged now.
We don't want you to get ragged.
I'm going in now.
That sickness about to go out the window. That sickness about to go out the window.
We don't want your voice to get messed up now.
I got to keep this voice. and here we are. We got martial law. We got the CEO of United Healthcare was executed.
That was crazy. That was crazy by itself.
Well, let me say this from my perspective. I don't feel no type of way. Okay? Because he had a program, they allegedly deny, dispose. Insurance companies are known to do that.
Yep, they are.
Yep.
And especially to people of color. We've had women who would need to get certain treatment to save their lives because breast cancer is run rapid more in the black community, while all the black women got to die from breast cancer when the dominant culture, white women, don't die from it. And we won't say nothing because we ain't good. We are no good to this country. We're no good to this world than another march on Washington. I never march and never will.
Did you see the video though? It was crazy. I don't know if you can pull it up. But
look. I ain't feeling. Look, I don't care if you got 100 kids. I don't feel no type of way.
I know, but what I was saying, like,
money changes your behavior.
I get that. What I was saying though is like when I saw the video, it's like nobody gave a damn. Like the CEO was walking down the street, and all of a sudden, this third person with a hoodie just came out and in clear daylight with a pistol. He must have had a silencer on it and shot. Oh, hold on, let me finish. And shot like multiple times, like 2 or 3 shots. First shot, he was looking like he was shocked. Turned around and he said, "I don't care." And then took several other shots and he went down. Then you had one other witness. You know what they did? They were like, "I ain't got nothing to do with this." Turned straight around.
You're right.
And then the people who were driving, they didn't stop. They were like,
Chris,
oh well.
Can I pose a question to you? Have you ever been to New York?
I have.
You have millions and millions and millions of people that travels through, and the means of transportation is through
Subway.
Listen,
Yeah, that's the main part of transportation up in New York.
I'm just calling out some names. David Letterman and all Jimmy Kimmel and all these other guys on these talk shows. That is the number one means of transportation. Not only that, most CEOs and executives that's out there, that's how they move around.
Yeah, and that's the main
because
part.
You wouldn't anticipate Bill Gates running through the subway.
Hell no.
Because you have millions and millions of people rubbing shoulders. They don't dress like. Y'all excuse me, my throat. They don't dress, but my point is that most executives are easy targets on the East. It's just like today. Let me take you to church, young blood. It's just like when Jesus was betrayed. Judas had to betray him with the kiss because they all look alike. You see, we all look alike. That's why you blacks are gunned down, because y'all all look like the one that did it. But this guy did his homework.
Yeah, they said
he knew who he was looking for, he was looking for,
and
he
when.
knew how to punch the button.
He did so effortlessly too. No hesitation. He was just like,
and he was, well, here's why. Because he was, listen, I've always said, and we got to stop. Mr. Producer, we're going to at the end because my throat is itching. Listen, let me say this here. Let me say this. Listen to this carefully. They all look alike. And that's why Judas betrayed Jesus with a kiss. Because they wasn't all wearing Gucci and Louis Vuitton and East Center Rome and drawers dripping, showing the lace Gucci drawers. You have to understand there's a catch here. Is this. All the billionaires that's in New York ain't walking around with East Saint Laurent and Gucci. They look just like their neighbor. And when I say neighbor, those that are walking the streets. So, another thing, now please, and we got to stop, is I don't want to get this twisted. And we'll pick it up next week, and I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be long, but not strong.
Y'all be ready.
But here is the problem. People in foreign countries will walk in and die for the cause.
That is absolutely
They will walk
true.
in a baseball stadium, a football stadium, a concert arena, and be strapped with all kind of
that is true.
gear and willing to take everybody out with them.
That is true.
America don't have nothing like that.
They don't have the mentality by no means.
They don't. No.
We've been hitting on that too.
They don't have the nuts, because America is a coward in some instance.
I agree.
Because she ain't willing to die for the cause.
Hell no.
She'll kill everybody. Look, let me explain something to you. You so-called American, I said this. Well, I get it. But since you here to say you served this country, you didn't die for it.
Ooh-wee.
You don't have no nuts. And most of these suicide guys that are walking the place and taking everybody out, they really mean
what they say.
They'll die for their country. Now listen, I respect military, and I've got more challenge cons than your mama have draws.
Oh Lord, holy shit.
Okay, I respect this country, but on the other hand, America is notorious for throwing a brick and hiding her hands.
She is, and I've seen it firsthand.
She is known for launching attacks in the midnight hour. She is known for playing the game of wag the dog, and most of you folks, because you don't vote and you don't study and you don't read and you don't research and you don't know nothing about your government. The only thing you know about your government, they give you a food stamps and Social Security and disability and all kind of other unnecessary programs, which is supported by the Liberal Democratic Party, which you don't have a reason why you vote for. Now watch this. Now I got to quit. I'm getting
you
mad.
made him mad.
I'm mad. I'm sick of you. They used to call the black women the welfare queen. And Mr. Producer, if you gonna do any justice before they fire you from this show, you gotta let the people know how they have stripped the black man from being in the house so the black woman can become superior. I'm getting hot now. I'm getting hot mad at these people.
Well, we spoke about this on a previous episode on how
we gotta bring that back because there's a change coming. And I'm here to say it. Before they take me out, I'm here to say it.
Hey, you better protect them.
You bet. Look, y'all need to protect me because I'm a voice that'll say what the hell I want to say that come to my mind. And y'all can't pay me enough.
And without second thinking.
I don't have no second thought. The first thought is the Bible.
And they ain't going back.
If I say you're a nigga, that's what came to my mind, and I can't control it. If I say you're a cracker, it's what's come to my mind. If I say you're
a made a man,
it came to my mind. If I say you're a bulldagger, it's what come to my mind. I'm sick of you niggas trying to quieten me down.
Ain't no speak.
Now we got to energize you.
Made a man.
But you know what?
You niggas that sit there and just want the governor to give you a box of cheese and a damn check. Shut the hell up.
Oh damn! He said what he said. He apologized.
And let me handle this business now, y'all.
Well, we try to make sure we try to reserve your voice.
No,
so
I didn't mess. You didn't got me now.
Let him talk.
I'm mad as hell. Let me handle this business. Because I may not get to do this. I done got mad now. I'm sick of you niggas. And I'm sick of you people on this show trying to censor me. You don't pay me to censor me. And I'm sick of it. And let me tell you something. So we got South Korea, martial law went on In the Trenches broadcast you know how you niggas talk, in the.
Nah. What a A.
All right, they hollering. Calm down, Baker. Your mama.
God.
Let me explain something to you. We got South Korea martial law. Hell, it's in progress right here in this city, getting ready to happen.
And that is true.
In Houston, Texas, you got somebody being shot every 30 seconds. You better listen to me, you black people.
Let's not even talk about the school shootings. You just had another one.
Let me handle these niggas, man. I mean, these people. You black chocolate people, let me tell you something. Your little Ray and little Pookie who run around, an 81-year-old man
Pookie.
was tremendously injured in Houston today. And the crime rate, you got these sissies up there and these politicians. These politicians don't care about you black people. You ain't no good for the next vote. They gone. The election is over.
Yep.
And you got this healthcare worker, CEO. I tell you, I don't feel no kind of way. I don't feel no waste time. Come too far for where he may. I don't know. He's a $10 million contract. And y'all want to sit up here and saying Mary had a little lamb. Shut the hell up. You don't even read your Bible books or your newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Now, y'all have made me mad. You better end this show before I go
That
off.
drilling kicked in. He started feeling good. He was like, wait.
Well, get me a cough drop now.
Well, we will be discussing this again on the next episode.
Chris, why you do this kind of stuff? You started this kind of foolishness. And I told you I wasn't feeling up to it. I got something there.
You know you're going to say what the hell you want to say. You want to speak your first mind, not the second, because you don't give a damn for the second mind.
And the New York, look, this man, let me say this, and I'm going to cut me off after this. Because I'm struggling to, look, the man that was shot, I don't listen. He got a family. So I have a family. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had an insurance premium where you were denied coverage of a necessary procedure and some executive, hold on, niggas, and some executive sitting up behind some door who is not a medical profession, but deny your medical coverage to save your life? And you want me to feel some kind of way because this multi-millionaire been killed because he had a program called Deny and Dispose? I beg the difference.
Hell to the now.
Sometimes criminal actions gets our attention.
It does.
Now,
it does.
I'm glad he didn't shoot him in the leg.
Well, Chris, what you have to say?
Because how many women, let me help you, liberal, that had United Healthcare, whatever insurance, and your mama, Mimo, Pawpaw, couldn't get a kidney, was denied coverage, denied, delay. Mm-hmm. But y'all want me to sit here and say, let's pray. No, I ain't time to pray.
You want action.
I ain't playing about this one. It is what it is, and that ought to serve notice to the rest of you who want to step in a position like that and expect to be denied. You sitting there on life support, unconscious, and don't know whether you're going to live, waiting on some executive who got a jet. He's flying out, jet skiing all across the country and going from here to there. And your mama and your grandma and Mimo and Pawpaw, and they take and strip your lungs and your guts and give to the dominant culture and sell them on the black market. But yet and still, you don't have a voice.
That's true. That's why I'm not donating. That's why I don't donate any part of me.
I want everything to go with me when I leave.
Exactly. What I was born with is what I'm going to leave with.
And what I was going to add on to that is like, I just feel like this is basically a feel of harm.
My gallbladder gone.
I feel like this is a basic harm. Like if you pretty much like have a billion dollar company like that, and you're denying people claims, people losing loved ones and much more, hey, it's a cause and effect. And eventually your number's going to get called. So if everything that you're saying and much more is true, I mean, look, it is what it is. That's why nobody pretty much has no feeling towards that. Because you have cost family members, people's loved ones' lives. They probably beg and try to go up to like, the 1-800 or like support line, trying to see what's going on. They're trying to save their loved ones. Nobody wants to respond. They're getting treated like a number and not getting like or just treated like an actual human being. And then you want people to have sympathy for a person that is denying these family members an opportunity or a chance to save a person's life or have a better health? Oh, no. Cause and effect. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Well, Chris, you're a very intelligent man. And I wish we could get 1/3 of America to think the way you think.
America does what the fuck it wants, unfortunately.
And you can't get more patriotic and more conservative in Christianity and politics than me. I am, so you know, and just here we have to end because I feel a
that cough drop. Get that cough drop.
Yeah, I ate too many of them now.
You eating them like candy.
I had me a little young tender here that probably
I send you one in the next hour.
You go to cry and you slap that titty in the mouth.
Shoot, he wants some milk. That's all that is.
No, it better not be no milk coming out. That means she's pregnant. If some milk come out, I want to tell her.
You'd have messed up, Becky. You'd have slipped.
Yeah, you'd have been not me. Woman actually say, "Oh, your swimmer's working." I said, "For us, I know they are."
Well, we're gonna come to a close.
No, yeah. But look, Chris,
You can go ahead.
crazy.
I ain't got no damn.
You gotta understand this. Let me say this here. Poetry is sweet to the ears that hear, but bitter to the mind that grabs it.
Ooh.
America has learned to speak to us sweet nothings. We've had these so-called representatives. I don't know if I'm getting weaker or I'm getting some strength to run this show to the.
The adrenaline kicking in.
I don't know. Is it what's that? You say what's kicking in?
Oh, that adrenaline.
Oh, okay. But I'm gonna tell you something. We are Black America. Now, this is a soundbite that if the men and women of the host of the show, you need to put this on the YouTube. And here it is. You better catch it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? My memory is short. Black America has been victimized more by Black America than white America.
Oh shit.
We got people who claim they represent us. Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Maxine Waters, and all the rest of you black poverty pimps. You ain't done no justice for us. They keep re-electing you. Sheila Jackson Lee, she dead. Well, so what? We all gonna die. Just because you die, it don't change you from from to holiness. You just you died unrighteous because you did nothing for this community. You do nothing for this community. I am scared and afraid of black leadership because they don't give us the right information. By the time we discover it, y'all dying and we still living.
Mm-hmm. That is
the
true.
The only reason you do what you do, and then you want us to re-elect your generation of poverty people. Listen, cut me off. Watch these black poverty politicians. I ain't trusting none of them. Mm-hmm. Now, poverty, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and you can't take me away from it. Good night. This is Donald Baker in the trenches.
He dropped the mic. Well, Chris, let me go ahead and get your last word as we're gonna close out.
Last word. Mm-hmm. Citizens, tired of bullshit. That's my words. I will end it with. But like on the real though, like especially with the internet, the fast of information and much more, you can only play people for so long. We ain't fools no more. We're finding out different things. We're using different platforms. We're acting out. We're actually trying to find, research, and actually go to these locations. So, citizens, again, tired of bullshit.
Well, I want to say this. Thank those that are listening and watching in the trenches on our YouTube channel and also listening on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, even SiriusXM. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to watch, but I want to leave this thought right here. If it happened to South Korea, the question you should be thinking and asking yourself, when will it actually happen here in the States and what will you do?
Wow.
This is your boy, the J, the ASSIM, and of course my great team, Dr. Baker and Chris Holmes. Hey, we want to thank y'all again for checking us out. We're going to see you at the next episode because guess what? This is where we're going to talk about real and raw discussions and make you think like food for the mind.
Let me ask Chris a question.
Sure.
I know we've been in this holiday season, but are my prices too high? If so, I gotta cut it, because you ain't had me on the show. You need to cut it. Your price is too high. You need to cut it.
You know you're open on the show. Don't play that.
No, you ain't matter. If my price is too high, we need to cut it.
We need to cut it.
Come on, people, let's have some fun. They
need to cut it.
Cut it.
The price is way too high. You need to cut
Your
it.
price is way too high,
You
Baker.
need to
You need to cut it. You ain't all that, Baker. We need to cut it.
cut it. You ain't got no damn sense.
Oh boy, so
I enjoy it. Chris is my man. I'm telling you. Let me say this, and I'm gone. Chris, you're phenomenal in what you do. Now, Josh, you ain't know this. But a young man with your level of intelligence, influence in the community,
that's rare.
That's very, it's rare than a rare steak, and I don't eat one. But it's appetizing. I watch you, and I see how you communicate through poetry, your love, your hate, your fears, your wishes, and your wants. Most people listen to poetry and they just want to hear some eloquent speech. But they don't know that speech through poetry is your brokenness and your abuse and your bruise and your hurt and your
message
and your desire. And what we leave with is being intoxicated with the words you spoke and don't realize that the words that you just spoke was words of experience and desire. Thank you, sir. I celebrate you. God bless y'all. Good night.
All right. We'll see you at the next episode, people. Peace out.
You've been listening to In the Trenches. Real, raw, plain speak without all the political correctness. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, reach out to TS&F Consultant and Management on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So long for now from In the Trenches.